Why play Karthus Bot? Well, he is a hyper-scaling beast. He has a global massive damage ult, he is an amazing team fighter, and he's strong early, mid, and late game. However, he does have zero mobility, and he is reliant on damage so can struggle from behind. Karthus' passive is when he dies, he enters a zombie state for 7 seconds. During this time, he's unable to move, his E is permanently on, and he can cast all of his abilities. Karthus' Q creates a small circle on the floor, then after a short delay, it explodes to deal damage to all enemies within, and if this only hits one target, the damage is doubled. Karthus' W creates a ghostly wall which lasts for 5 seconds. Enemies that touch this become massively slowed and also lose 25% of their magic resist. Karthus' E has a passive where he restores mana anytime he kills an enemy, so as long as you're farming well, you pretty much always have mana. The active is a toggled ability which creates a circle around him which deals constant magic damage to all enemies within. Karthus' ultimate is probably the best ability in the game. It causes him to channel for 3 seconds. Then he just deals a large amount of damage to every single enemy champion on the enemy team, regardless of where they are. When fully leveled, this deals 500 damage plus 70% AP. It's just too much damage. For combos, start W and then turn on your E and walk in range. From here, spam out 2 Qs for every auto attack and rinse and repeat for tons of constant damage. For matchups, Karthus does particularly well into immobile champions who he can easily slow with W and then Q spam. However, he is worse into champions who can either keep him constantly pushed in or avoid his Q spam. For runes, take this. Dark Harvest is so much extra damage and it's easy to get stacks. For build order, start Ring and Pot into a Blackfire Torch and tier 2 boots. From here, a Shadow Flame and Hat is just tons of damage before finishing a build with any of these as needed. For skill order, start Q then E then take a second point in Q before taking W. From here, max Q then E then W, taking ult whenever you can. For summoner spells, take Flash and Exhaust. Keeping an enemy in your E and slowed to Q spam just feels unfair. For synergies, he works amazingly well with aggressive supports who bring good lockdown, as them landing their lockdown just allows you to spam all your damage out for free. Starting the game, Karthus is actually very strong early, as well as being a hyper-scaling late game beast. So, where you are looking to hard farm, just constantly poke and harass your opponents with Q spam. If they forget about this for even a moment and take 2 or 3 back to back, it's just so much damage. Also, if you're ever in a position to go 1-for-1 with the enemy carry, go for it. You almost certainly outscale them, and also with your passive, you'll just be able to farm the wave anyway. And of course, once you hit level 6, look for those global ult kills to get even further ahead. Enter in the mid game, take your tower and rotate mid. This puts 2 strong champions in the center of the map to roam for fights and objectives. Entering late game team fights, you now deal insane damage. You can use your ult in 2 different ways. Firstly, you can wait until you die to cast it with your passive, or wait until enemies are fleeing. Or you can even cast it before the fight starts to half health the enemy carries. Otherwise, play as the backline mage, using your W to reduce the enemy's magic resist and slow them to nothing, while just spamming out tons of constant damage.